Hi everyone, it's Andy from Ant Panda. It's been a minute, and it's been a little while since I've had some great news and events that have been kind of going on in my life, and honestly, sitting down and actually being able to do some videos and reviews and stuff has been a little difficult lately, but things are starting to get back together. But in case you're wondering, I had a new addition to the family. I won't give out too many details, but it's my first daughter, so she's doing wonderful and great. And despite the fact that I've had some time off of work, and I had some time to basically kind of share and be part of that moment, it's been kind of hectic and crazy. So that's why this has been a little bit delayed. But anyway, while you're here, we're going to talk about an updated review on this guy right behind me, the Atmoph Window 2. And I've done a review already about this. I'll include it in either the top right, yeah, top right, and also in the description if you want to take a look at the unboxing and the review of it, of when I first got this. And it's been going on for I've had it for about 5 months now, and it's a wonderful and fantastic addition to my office. It's a nice piece of technology, and it's definitely one of those that I've actually been very happy with, and including updating my review on it, where if you just buy the window itself with the content that comes included with whatever coupon passes or whatever that you purchase, it's great. But I will say and highlight this, that it's been even better when having the actual $9.99 subscription for all the views that comes included. Because I mean, if you look at this thing, I mean, I do have a little bit of Death Stranding kind of playing in the background, but having that subscription, you get all the views, all the 4K video that comes out, and all the updates for free. And I honestly can't, as much as I am not a fan of subscription and modularized things, this thing just gives you so many options that it's really good to have for, relaxation, meditation, background noise, and window, and 4K video. It just makes a lot of sense to have those options available. So I'm going to stick with the subscription. Whether that is priced for you to continue to carry on and use it is up to you. If you use this window a lot and you like a different variation, sometimes it even has routines so that you can have in the morning when you wake up and you're going to work or you're working on something, if you want an image of a coffee house or a hotel or something, and then you want it to rotate around lunch or even in the evening, you can actually set this thing up to do that, but you need to have those additional views for it. You can purchase the videos and the images separately, and you can get those on a per purchase basis. But if you just want to have the option all the time, paying the $10 subscription, which is like $120 a year, if you look at it each month, I think that makes a lot of sense. But so let's get into the updated review of this thing, talk about my thoughts of it, and then also talk about Death Stranding and its 4K beautifulness of the in-game environment, which they just came out with Volume 2. I believe that runs about $54.99, and what that is actually a nice little card that you get with a coupon code and everything. So we're going to take a look at that in detail, and then I'll explain kind of how that works, and then that'll give you a nice informed decision, I think, after having this thing for about 5 months, if this is something that you actually like. I would say on a personal level, and I'll summarize all this at the end, I actually quite enjoy this, and I'm glad I got one. And it would be nice to have the other ones, but eventually it'll be added to the collection. So let's go ahead and take a look at Volume 1 and 2 of the cards that came in the mail for Death Stranding. Alright, so here is Volume 1 and Volume 2 of both Death Stranding cards that come included. Let's go ahead and look at the first one, which this is the edition pass that you actually get in the mail for $54.99. And what it has included is the different views that we've seen before. Distribution Center, South Lake Knot City, the South Knot City Ruins and Timefall, Road Over the River, Timefall, Farm, Mountain Knot City, and even the beach. Obviously, this is from
Kojima Productions and Hideo Kojima. If you are familiar with Death Stranding, this is not a surprise to you whatsoever. The game is beautiful, it's wonderful, and it has some excellent views in it. So, all right, and then as you can see here, it comes with the card that I'll just set right here. It comes with a sticker that says Atmoph, which is the company that creates it, and then a little booklet here that basically says that this pass is basically available only for Atmoph Window 2, and you just register it and how to redeem it, and it gives you instructions on how to do that, as well as a QR code for more information. But it's pretty self-explanatory. I can actually show it to you as well, but yeah, it can't be, obviously with the caution and request here that once it's used, it's used. You can't be reissued for another card without the coupon, and you can't reuse the code that's part of that. So this is kind of their little company mascot logo. It shows the Atmos window showing a beach with one of the decorations that you can have included. And then this card is what comes included. Obviously, if you've played Death Stranding, you know what Bridges is, and that's basically everyone trying to connect everything together across the United States or the United Cities of America in this case, not in the United States. But as you can see here, this will tell you that kind of similar to the instructions, and obviously there's a code here where you can put this code in and put it appropriately to your account, which is also in reference to your window that you have, and it'll put that code in there. But I like to get these physical ones. You can actually purchase these digitally. I liked having these as just kind of a collector's item myself because I'm a big fan of Death Stranding, Hideo Kojima in particular, and this was a pretty amazing kind of deal that came with it. So that's the initial one. So if you purchase the initial video or window, the Death Stranding window, it'll come included with this. That's part of the price. So Volume 2 is just what's came out just recently. This is the one that includes even more additional views that have come out, and it has a similar kind of view as the other one. It's got the actual beach that is shown there, but in this case it's got more of the director's cut image, if you've seen it, where it's more of a yellow orange tint to the beach. If you've seen the Death Stranding director's cut, and if you've been playing it like I have, this is what's shown in the title screen instead of the other one. So but yeah, it's Volume 2. It comes with one less extra views, so instead of 6 it's just 5, but it is pretty cool and unique. So you've got the mountain stream area, you've got the beach sunset, so it's the sunset of the beach view, kind of what we see in the director's cut. You've got inside a distribution center, which is actually quite interesting because a lot of times when you do deliveries, you kind of stick in there for a little bit, but this actually gives you a little bit more detailed view of the inside. The chiral network facility, I believe it's going to be towards the old Reach area of the chiral network facility there, and so that's got that included. And then a distribution center, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be the central knot city that's included there. But very similar verbiage here. It's got Volume 2 obviously at the bottom, and in this case it's a little bit different because instead of Bridges, you've got the Fragile Express, which is run obviously by Fragile, and you've seen her, or Fragile I guess is what she likes to be called, with Leah Sadoy. And then the same instructions here. The only difference is I'm not seeing any stickers here or anything like that, so it must be just because it's included with that other pass that comes included with the window. And this is the same set of instructions and information of how to actually redeem it. I'll go over it here in just a second. But yeah, I'm a big fan of these because it's just like a little card that are pretty unique that you can kind of collect. I don't know if they're going to come out with another volume. They might, but the material is also still very much, it's kind of like a little rough material, hard plastic for that card. So again, these both are pretty awesome little things. You can order these digitally, so you just get a code and then have them added to your account, but I wanted to actually get these actual cards and have that included. So, all right, and then this is the actual inside of a distribution center, which everybody has seen this before. If you want to actually see, this is the middle view, and if you can see, there's packages in the background kind of moving around, getting close, and it actually shows your progress of connection. In this case, whenever they recorded this 4K video, which looks really cool, it looks like they only went about halfway. They didn't actually go full span of the US, or that's probably the location of the distribution center. But this has the 3-window makeup just the same. And we'll just switch on over. So you can actually have it, if you have one, you can switch between the right side, the left side, or even the middle as well. So we'll just go to the left real quick. It takes a second just to move between. As you can tell. Yeah, and then this kind of shows that left side there as well. So now this is just going to show it randomly. So this is a Twilight port of Greece. So let me see if I can. All right, and so you can see here, this is in the actual menu here. This is going to show basically the volume 1, even though it does have the Bridges logo, just like with the volume 1 on the card. So this is going to show all the different views here. So you got the distribution center south of Lake Knot City, South Knot City ruins and the Timefall road over the river, Timefall farm, which is actually pretty common. I use that because it's really cool. Mountain Knot City, and then of course the beach. What's really nice is that you can go up and down and pick which one, or you can just pick go here at the top, and it will actually select one randomly for you. So this one's also pretty cool. This shows kind of the big mountain and kind of that distribution center there. All right, and then last but not least, we've got the latest one, which is volume 2. So this one has, instead of 6 views, it's got 5. I would say it's pretty unique views though that are included. So you got the mountain stream area. We just saw the distribution center west of Capital Knot City inside. There's the chiral network facility and south of Lake Knot City too. And then they call it beach too, but it's basically the same beach just with the sunset. So let's go ahead and check that out and we can take a look. Beautiful. And it's even got all the fragments kind of floating around. Also, it's got the typical dead bodies on the beach, depending on what type of beach you have. It is going to take a little second here to download, so it's actually going to be a little bit better as far as the quality goes. So one of the things I also wanted to highlight is they did do some Death Stranding specific updates basically to this. So in the Atmoph window 2, you can actually go to decorations, which is what we've seen and what we're used to. And it has a lot of different decorations that are included. Now, what's really cool with this is that there is a 16 and 17 decoration here. And what happens is it'll actually incorporate BTs and kind of those handprints with the BTs kind of roaming around and showing that. And it's completely random when it happens. It's not all the time. I believe that's number 17, and I think 16 is just the straight glass kind of view that's included with it. So we'll keep that included since it goes with the theme. And one of the other cool things that they have included is if you take any of these windows, and let's just say you have the subscription and you want to actually go ahead and help it or like it so that you come back to it later, it'll actually do the Death Stranding specific theme of when you're liking something, as you can see, which is really kind of cool. But a lot of this is really great. I'm a big fan of the Death Stranding updates and these volumes. I highly recommend them if you're really big of the in-game kind of environments. So definitely encourage you to get them if you're a fan at all of Death Stranding or even in-game environments.
The Atmoph window has been a wonderful piece of technology, and it's actually something I've been a really big fan of ever since I actually picked it up. And I will tell you this, it is wonderful to have this one window, especially in my office, and especially since I'm working from home. I'm here in my office doing, gaming or just regular work, and then just hanging out here. It adds a sense of background noise, and I'll be first to admit I get very uncomfortable when I have kind of silence in my home, and this just encourages me to be able to work and be motivated more. I will say the three windows would be amazing to have all together, and I have been very happy even just with the single. So if I do end up getting two more, and I will in the future at some point, I'll probably do a review of that. But one of the things that I really love about this thing is that even though it was a new piece of tech, it's kind of a little unfamiliar. There's some folks out there that might have critiqued this and kind of said that, it's kind of new, it's kind of an Indiegogo type of thing. It doesn't feel that way. This Atmoph window and all of the themes they have included have a lot of nice licenses together, and Death Stranding is one of the greatest ones, especially when it comes to gaming, in-game technology, and in-game environments. And it's actually something I've listened to before in my background in either a YouTube channel or whatnot, and this will substitute that. So I love the option of 4K video. I love their collaboration that they have, not just with Death Stranding, but they have it with Star Wars, they have it with Disney, they have it with a few other companies. But I love the fact that they did it with Hideo Kojima and Kojima Productions for Death Stranding. I want more. I would love more views and even more in-game content just to kind of have, in the background. Because honestly, that's my jam. I love in-game ambient music. I love in-game ambient environments, and this just kind of solidifies and go with that. Again, this is like I believe it's about $560 after shipping, or actually, it's probably more closer to $600. I think it's like $80. But so if that's a lot for you to stomach, I understand. But if this is something that you've seen through these reviews and you really enjoy it and really like it, go for it. This helps a lot in the not just the in-game environments, which I really love, but they've been doing constant updates, constant reviews. Atmoph, the company, where you can see anywhere in the world just from sitting in your seat here in the office or in the living room or wherever you want to put this thing. So I recommend that you just use this in a place that you're going to enjoy. You'll get all of these decorations that are holiday specific, and you're going to get full use out of it. So highly encourage it that you get one of these. Again, a lot of money though, I understand that. And some of the volumes here, the volume of views, I mean, that's really up to you of how valuable these are, and the subscription. So yeah, you'll have to consider that yourself and determine which do you prefer as far as priorities for you. And honestly, if it's something, obviously it's not a need, but it's a want. And if this is something that you want and something you think you'll have a good time with, I strongly encourage that you get it. So anyway, that's the updated review. I'll probably just keep this review here as the latest. If there are any additional volumes or anything like that, I'll include that in the channel. But I just love this piece of tech just because it helps. And there are people out there that probably could finagle things, maybe pull it from a TV or something with YouTube and whatnot. You could go through a lot of trouble, but this is all in one package. It's easy to set up. It is very easy to set up your Wi-Fi and set up your account.
Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention is that with this, you can actually go into the coupon code and redeem it. Since this is connected to the internet already, it's actually quite easy to incorporate. There is, things you can do where you're going to go and include the redemption here on the coupon code, but you can also, do it from the app itself.
So with that being said, that's everything here as far as the updated review. Again, I highly recommend it if it's something that you like and enjoy, and especially if you're staying inside during this pandemic with a lot of the craziness around. This can be something that will definitely help you a lot in coping with being home. So, thanks for joining. Feel free to hit a like if you thought this was informative, and feel free to hit me a subscription if you want to see any future videos, because more's coming. It's just going to be slow as I'm getting acclimated with my new family. So, thanks, y'all. All right, catch you later.